All right, Jim is not here because the Padres won. John with you on the wrap-up show. What a performance from Blake Snell as the Padres, excuse me, win a series from the Dodgers at Dodger Stadium. In theory, Jim will be. Oh, here he is. Here he is. Here he is. Dude, don't be scared to communicate. Hold on. You're such an idiot. You're an idiot. Why wouldn't you just be like, hey, wait 5 minutes and I'll join you?
It didn't say on my computer that you were live.
Yeah, but I texted you.
Well, I was doing things over here.
And you've tweeted 10 times since saying I'm going to go live at 10 p.m. And I said,
oh, I didn't see your text, so I was setting up.
Oh, okay, great.
I didn't see it. Sorry, I didn't see it.
I just started this stream by saying Padres won, so Jim isn't here because he basically bails on all the Padres wins. But he's here when they lose. I promise you that. I figured you were trying to dodge Blake Snell, who went 6 scoreless, and everyone's tweeting about like he's the greatest pitcher. It's the best season in baseball history is what he's had right now.
Give him his flowers, man. He's had a great year. He's going to probably win the Cy Young now. We said that you get through Houston and the Dodgers with some respectable good numbers, and he absolutely did that.
Yeah.
Credit to him. But it'll be weird next year when he's getting his Cy Young award wearing a Dodgers jersey
yeah,
at Petco Park.
Yeah, and you're not kidding, by the way. If you think the Dodgers won't make a run at Blake Snell, then you're kidding yourself.
Because they're not going to have Luis. They're not Luis Arias. Julio Urias. I mean, no one's going to have him. He should be in jail. Shohei's can't pitch.
Right. Yeah, good point.
They need pitching, and they got money to spend. And if you can't beat them, join them.
Yeah.
They can't beat Blake Snell. He's like their kryptonite.
It's crazy.
So it's going to be pretty weird next year. And I was thinking about this too.
Yeah.
You know, for all the stupid shit this team has done this year, the one thing that we've agreed on and we've talked about is like the promotions for this team this year have been fantastic. The bobbleheads, the giveaways, selling out Petco every night for a shitty team. Like they've been fantastic. If I'm Eric Grubner, I'm sitting there like the amount of money we're going to lose out on for all the promotions that we could have had for Blake Snell next year. It's like that's got to be that's got to suck.
No, you're still good. Here's why. You got the 40th anniversary of 1984. You have the 26th anniversary of 1998. You have the 2nd anniversary of 2022.
Stop
and then
it.
They'll roll when Snell retires in 6 years or whatever. They'll roll back the 10th anniversary of the Cy Young season in 2033.
Eric Grubner will be here in 10 years.
Maybe not. You're probably right. I think I will say this, and Eric Grubner has done a really good job. The marketing of the Padres, and Peter Seidler deserves a lot of credit for the marketing of the Padres, and just the state of the organization in general from a marketing perspective has never been stronger. I mean, there's no way they've ever been more relevant in San Diego than today. The issue that Padres fans, though, care about is winning. And you tweeted out, and you're spot on. It's a meaningless series win. What is relevant is Blake Snell's season. It can live for forever if he wins the Cy Young, and that's special. Maybe more so for him than the organization. I mean, he's trying to become one of 7 pitchers ever to win it in both leagues. He's only 30. So, and 20 consecutive outings of basically not brilliance, but 20 consecutive really good outings, probably 18 of them have been excellent. So, and it's not over, by the way. You look at what guys have done. Steele with the Cubs. It's not fully over. I think he still needs a couple of decent starts to win it. This team hasn't been good. This team won't help him out. West Coast bias won't help him out. So he still needs to finish off the season. But you're right. It was a meaningless series win. It carries no weight. These last 15 games carry very little weight. You're not playing Manny Machado and Xander Bogaerts. You're paying these guys a combined $630 million. That's all you need to know about where the Padres are right now in September.
Yeah. I was thinking about when's the last time a pitcher won a Cy Young and didn't return to that team the following year?
That's a great question.
We don't have to go back far.
Yeah, when is it? I was going to say there's been a lot of move. What, DeGrom or who?
Well,
Scherzer?
off the top of my head, person that has won the Cy Young and then the following year was on a different team. Could be wrong.
Verlander.
Trevor Bauer?
What
Or
about Verlander?
Oh, Verlander last year.
Yeah.
Okay, so it happens a lot, I guess.
It's happened a lot. It just has. Bauer's a good call by you.
Yeah, Verlander just did. I forget.
I
I forget he won a
did
Cy Young
Scherzer
last year.
switch from? I want to say Scherzer won in Washington and was, yeah, the Verlander one
Okay, so like very recent.
like last year.
So it'll happen 2 straight years where the Cy Young Award winner will switch teams and be on a different team the following season.
Yeah, that is
Does
weird.
Houston like celebrate his Cy Young at all? I know they like gave him the award and that was it, but like
I
you
mean,
know the
Houston-
Padres, they love to celebrate like past stuff. So
Well, Houston's got 3 of the last 7.
Robbie Ray,
Keuchel
another
and
pitcher.
Verlander twice.
Robbie Ray's another pitcher that won a Cy Young and then switched teams.
Yeah.
So it's happened a lot. And isn't that weird? Garrett Cole, another one.
I guess it's not that weird because in this age of free agency, it's like you win a Cy Young and you get paid.
Well, I don't think Garrett Cole won a Cy Young that year. I think Justin Verlander won the Cy Young, which I remember that. You remember Justin Verlander and Garrett Cole in the Astros? They went to the World Series and Cole had this like amazing season and he still didn't win the Cy Young.
2019.
I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But yeah, switched teams. It is weird how that happens with top flight pitchers, and maybe it's just a thing where they have these amazing seasons in their walk years,
yeah.
get massive contracts, and then don't really perform after that.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth to that. I mean, there's certainly no guarantee that Snell can keep this up. There's a chance, though. 2 Cy Youngs by age, whatever, 30, 31 is pretty the award is weird. To your point, first of all, you can switch teams, and that's weird. But I'll just say baseball awards in general are a little odd. Football, it's like the NFL MVP is a great player on a great team. Baseball, it's like Mike Trout and you're 70 and 90, or Shohei Ohtani and you're 72 and 90.
Just give me like numbers, like fuck.
Yeah, it's like just post numbers, and
I don't care about impact.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, Mike Trout's a great player, and Shohei Ohtani's had amazing seasons. And just because they're amazing doesn't mean their team is amazing. And that's a conversation we have all the time with the Padres. All right, let's set the stage now that we're here. Subscribe to our brand new John and Jim channel by clicking the link in the description down below. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Padres nearly shut out the Dodgers. They win 6-1. Tom Cosgrove allowed a solo home run to Colton Wong. He still plays baseball in the major leagues. 6-1. Padres win here tonight. We appreciate the supers. We're going to get to all of them. I apologize for the delay in getting to them. There's already a couple that have rolled in. Click the $ below the chat box. We'll get to every single super chat here tonight, like this one from Andrew. You can also become a member by clicking join down below. You'll get emojis and badges and more. Andrew, thank you. He says, Snell or Soto, who gets traded, or are we keeping both? Well, Snell's a free agent, so he can't be traded, and he will not be back per me and Jim. Soto can absolutely be traded, and it is a possibility. I don't know the likelihood of it. He could absolutely be traded. But Snell will walk, and Soto, there's a chance he could be dealt.
Absolutely. Snell's gone 100%. 0% chance. Anybody out there having any hope, stop. It's over. It's done. Great year. He's on a different team next season. Soto's interesting. He is interesting because, they have to they got to figure out what the fuck went wrong this year, and they have to fix it. And I'm not saying trading Juan Soto is the fix, but maybe because of the dynamic in that clubhouse, that's the move. And I don't, and also because you're not going to resign him either, so you're going to have Snell and Soto both walk, and you're not going to resign these guys, and you get nothing for them, and you gave up a lot to get them.
Yep.
I mean, I don't like that. I would prefer Soto to be part of this team long term. Snell, I wouldn't, and I've said my reasons why. But I don't know how they're going to fix this, and you only really have one play that you can do to try to shake things up, and that's trading Juan Soto, especially because he's going to cost you $30 million next year in arbitration. And we know for a fact that they're going to trim payroll. This team is not going to have a $250+ million payroll next year. I can guarantee you that. Also that I can guarantee that Snell won't be here. Those are two 100% guarantees, locks, lock them in, facts. That will be for next season.
Yes. And here's the other thing I can kind of guarantee to you for next season, that on paper, the roster won't look as good. Doesn't mean they won't have more wins, because they're going to finish with a really low win total, obviously, here.
Mm-hmm.
I always ask every night, what's the hell's their record? What's their overall record?
Let me guess. Hold on.
69 and 78. Is that right? I think it's
Nice.
69 and 78.
They should just end the season now.
15 games. I mean, just give them a half decent finish. Just give them 8-7, and you're with 77 wins. So it's not very good, obviously. But my point is, on paper, if you took Blake Snell and Josh Hader away from this team, potentially Seth Lugo and others, you wouldn't think you'd have as good of a chance next year as you did this year. Now, maybe the dynamic and the complexion of the roster is better and the clubhouse dynamic works out. But I mean, you go into 2024 likely with a quote unquote worse roster. Doesn't mean you'll have a worse team, but you go into the season probably with a roster that's not as compelling as the one that they entered this season with.
Oh, I can guarantee you that. I can guarantee you that going into this season, you might not get again, like as far as the hype and until they win a World Series and the off season and the roster and the stars that you have on it. You're not going to get this next year. You're just not. And that's what's going to be very tough for this team to not only, expect that team to be better, but to sell it to your fan base that you possibly could go into next season. And this could be their off season where you have no Snell, you have no Soto, you have no Hader, you have no Lugo, you have no Waka, you have fired Bob Melvin, you have a first-time manager as your new junior manager. AJ Preller is still in place. They don't go out and they don't sign any big names because they're shedding payroll. They end up making a couple trades. They still have Trent Grisham on this team. Like, that is a real. Oh, and by the way, they also trade Juan Soto. Did I say that? Trade Juan Soto? That is a real possibility for this team in this offseason for what they've had this year.
Get your tickets now.
Yeah.
All right, let me get to Kenny's stuff. Thank you for the super, guys. If you're here, thank you. Please subscribe, and thank you for the super chats. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres do win a series in LA. 5 series to play, all against not great teams. We'll see how the Padres close. Kenny says, what if the Dodgers get Snell? Well, it's a distinct possibility that they'll be in the running for him. And what it means is that it's just like the rich getting richer and the gap widening between the Padres and the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers had won 12 consecutive regular season series against the Padres until tonight. And what's kind of ironic is the Padres win a series in September against a team that's 20-something games better than them. So this series obviously doesn't mean anything, but it's always by the way, there's a scenario where the Dodgers land Shohei Ohtani and Blake Snell. Because if there's a team that could do it, it would be them. So then they were very quiet this past offseason. I wouldn't put anything past the Dodgers. It's far from a guarantee he lands there, but I would put them as one of the teams that's fully capable of pulling that off. Fully.
Oh, dude, 100%. There is a reason why the Dodgers this past offseason didn't do much of anything. Because they were gearing up for this offseason. Because they knew that before
Ohtani.
Julio Urias, became whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
They knew they were going to have to potentially re-sign him. That is not happening anymore. So they need another starting pitcher, and they preferably would like a left-hander to replace Urias. Oh, I don't know. The left-hander tonight seems pretty good. And then their, I think, main goal vision is Shohei. Like, that is their white whale.
Mm-hmm.
I just believe that Andrew Friedman that's what everybody said during this past winter meetings is like, the Dodgers are very eerily quiet. Oh, wait, Shohei's a free agent next year? Oh, that's why.
Yeah, and they knew they'd be, by the way, they knew even coming off the quote unquote disappointment of last year, which it was, Padres beating them in the postseason, they knew even a step back was 95 wins. I mean, that would have been a 16 loss discrepancy, and they'd
Wild.
still and they're gonna win more than 95 games. So they were fine. They might not have been a World Series favorite or the favorite coming into the year, but they knew they'd be fine, and then they knew they could double down in 2024. And that's exactly what's gonna happen. And I don't know if they're gonna win the World Series this year or next or ever, but they've positioned themselves to at least be in the running, which is something the Padres unfortunately have not positioned themselves to do. JD Gasha, thank you, says I put a Soto offseason trade chance at 35%. I think it's reasonable. I think that's, I think more unlikely than likely, but very much a possibility. We'll know more maybe in a couple of days, Jim, or October 2nd or 3rd when Peter Seidler and AJ Preller speak about the direction for 2024.
Yeah, I would say 35, 40% is a good number. Maybe 40% is a little too high, but I would give it a sizable chance that it could happen. I can guarantee you another guarantee that it will be discussed in the offseason.
Yeah, definitely.
By the Padres. And they will get calls on Soto. That's a fact.
Yeah, that is a fact. I think it's a JD Gatcher. I think you're spot on. I think that's reasonable. I think there's a less likely chance that he's dealt, but it's a non-zero. It's way higher than a 1% chance too. Alex, thank you. Alex says AJ won't trade Soto. He'd rather take the compensatory pick by holding on to him through 2024. I don't think you're holding on to Juan Soto for a compensatory pick, especially if you get to July and you're not in it. If they're not in it next July, Juan Soto will be traded. You will cut your losses next July if you have the same record as you had this July. I wouldn't trade him, Alex, I wouldn't trade him heading into 2024 because I think I'm better with him. I mean, even this year, Jim, this lost season, 30 homers, 100 walks, 900 OPS, like, you can't just pretend like it means absolutely nothing. You'd like to put that player on a good team and say, wow, 900 OPS, 30 home runs, 100 walks, whatever. I mean, I think you have a better chance to win with him than without him.
Yeah, I mean, he's done things that
he does.
Only like 3 players have ever done in a season.
Even tonight, he gives you the lead early. I mean, he's a valuable player. Again, he's not the best player in the game as a Padre, but he's a valuable player.
He is. I would take him over Manny. I would take him over Bogarts, and I would take him over Tatis.
Way more consistent. Yeah.
Well,
maybe not Tatis, to be honest.
Yeah,
24-year-old Tatis. I think he bounces back next year. I don't know. I hope.
I'll hold judgment on that until I see what Tatis does next year. But if Tatis' next year is kind of like this year, then I'm absolutely would take Soto.
Yeah.
I would take Soto over everybody. I just would. I would try to build around him instead, but they chose Manny and Bogarts, 2 of the older players on the team, to build around instead. So, it sucks because that's going to be a huge talking point in the offseason. What are they going to do with Soto? Are they going to try to sign him? We've heard Peter Seidler brag about how he doesn't mind giving out, more 10-year, $500 million contracts, but like, they're also looking to try to shed payroll because this is unacceptable. And there's really only one option you have to shed payroll.
Sure.
Like that's a fact because of what AJ Preller has done. He's hamstrung this team where you have untradeable player after untradeable player after untradeable player, and the only tradable player in the team might be your best player. Unfortunately,
I think you got 2 tradable players, one of which would not be traded. Do you know where I'm going with this?
Wait, say that again.
I think you got 2 tradable players.
Yeah, I know. Soto and Kim.
I was gonna. One of these players won't be traded, but I think his contract would afford for the opportunity for him to be dealt because he hasn't been overpaid, and that's Joe Musgrove, who's 30 and has owed 4 years, $80 million. I don't think that's crazy at all. Now I know he's not coming off a good year, but 4 years, $80 million for a guy that's pitched the way he has in 21 and 2022, I think has value. I think there's some that disagree with that, but I don't think that's unreasonable. Now, they're not moving him. I'd be utterly shocked if they did. I'm with you on Kim. Kim has real value heading into 2024. I'd also be surprised if they moved him, Jim, because it doesn't free up much money. You better get a lot back for Ha-Seong Kim because you're not freeing up a lot of money to move Ha-Seong Kim.
No,
You
You're
know,
not.
I don't know
It's
what he's owed
not
next
like
year.
you're moving Hassan Kim and you save $30 million.
No, it's what, 8, 6, 10, whatever it is next year.
Yeah.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
Retod, thank you for the very generous super. Really do
Thanks,
appreciate that.
Retod.
Guys, if you're here, subscribe. If you're here, thank you for the supers. Click the $ below the chat box. Padres over the Dodgers. Blake Snell solidifying his NL Cy Young case tonight. By the way, I don't know if you saw this article. I don't even know if this was previously discussed. He had a chance to either pitch tonight or Friday in Oakland. He said, I'm pitching tonight, which is a credit to Blake Snell. He said, great game for Snell. Let's not overlook Grisham going 1 for 3, Jim, bumping his average over 200. If only his bunt triple had paid off last night, he could be at 205 in the National League Player of the Week. Do you like how Grisham redeemed himself tonight, batting 7th, and had a hit?
Oh God.
We spent an hour, guys. Well, we spent an hour last night on it, and then we spent an hour today at 3 p.m. on it.
If you missed it, go to our John and Jim YouTube channel.
Don't do it.
Watch the first segment of our show. I put it up. It's pretty entertaining, but give me a break.
Yeah. I like it, Retod. It's funny because
Thanks, Retod. It's
Grisham. We had this conversation earlier today, probably last night. There's no way he's going to be here in 2024, which means he'll be here in 2024. But there's no way. There's no way. Sorry, There's no argument to be made. Tom, thank you. He says, "What could Soto get back in a potential deal?" What could Juan Soto get back in a potential deal with 1 year remaining? Well, you're not going to get 5 top prospects like the Nationals got from the Padres. I think you could get. I think you get a lot back, Jim, don't you? I think you could get, 3 high-level prospects or 2 high-level prospects and a, major league ready, everyday type player for Juan Soto right now. But I don't think you're getting 5 top prospects. I don't think you're getting 4. I think you're getting something like 3 for Juan Soto with a full year.
Yeah, I could see 2 or 3. I could see a team potentially giving up like their number 2, 4, and 5th prospect.
Yeah, probably. Which is pretty good.
And if you could find a team that could give you their number 1 prospect that you like their number 1, 5, and 6,
right?
But it just all depends on which team would do that,
right?
I don't know.
And do you trust the Padres to get this right? If they trade for the Orioles' 2nd, 3rd, and 5th prospect, did they get the right ones, or should they have gone for 1 and 4?
Yeah, no chance.
So that's the issue. But he's got real trade value, of course. One full year.
I'm sure 20 teams would like to have Juan Soto on it.
Yeah,
and I'm sure probably 10 would be like, that's the guy that could put us over the hump.
Yeah,
maybe like 5, but
I bet he can put 5 teams over the hump. To be honest,
who do you think? Who do you think right now
that he could put over the hump, or that would be interested in trading for him?
That would, if you put Juan Soto on their team, that's like a whoa.
I mean, there's a lot. I mean, any contender, any playoff team, he enhances their lineup significantly, especially when you get him outside of Petco Park. I mean, I don't know who needs the outfield help, but
you know what one team I think would be pretty insane if you put him on?
Who?
The Phillies.
I was actually about to say the Phillies. It's so funny you said that. I don't know who's in the outfield right now.
Well, they put Schwarber in the outfield a bunch.
Yeah,
but he's your DH most times. They have Harper playing first, I think.
Yeah,
because
Marsh plays center for them. I mean, yeah.
I mean, if you had a 1, 2, 3 of
it'd just be mash.
It'd be Schwarber, Turner, Soto, Harper, Castellanos.
Yeah.
And you know how much he loves Trey Turner. They're boys.
Yeah, I think if you're, I mean, you can trade, I guess, you can trade Soto in league. I mean, Washington just did it. I don't know if you're enamored with trading Soto in league, but if it's the best offer.
And I don't know what the Phillies would have to offer. But I'm not talking about I'm talking about best team. What team would put that over the hump?
Yeah, Philadelphia's a good example.
Houston's another one. I saw it in the chat. Houston is like, Jesus. I could argue, Tampa, but he'll never go there.
No way. Maybe on one, honestly, for 1 year, they probably would. I think they'd eat the 1 year, 25 million. 1 year.
Yeah.
They're never going to pay him the 400 million.
You put him on that team, like you put him on the Orioles right now.
Yeah.
I mean, oof.
I mean, I think anywhere he goes, he's going to be better. And there's a couple of reasons I think that. A, this, dynamic has been bad. And then B, the ballpark is bad. I think anywhere you send him, he's going to be better. Philadelphia, great hitting yard. Baltimore's the same thing. Tampa, all of them are better than here. All of them. So that's only going to make him better and more valuable.
Yep.
Murray, thank you, man. Murray called into the show, by the way, today. Got more money. Good talking to you guys today. Sorry about me being over passionate. Don't apologize for anything. Snell is best starting pitcher this year. There should be no argument for the Cy Young. I think there's an argument, Murray, and thank you for your support of the channel, and thank you for listening and calling into John and Jim. I think there's an argument. I think Steele with Chicago has been really, really good, and he's been great recently, and he's got very similar ERA, similar innings, better whip, better team. So I think there's a real argument. I think it comes down actually to Steele and Snell would be my guess. So I think there's an argument, but I think Snell's the front runner. We're probably biased, or I watch his starts, but I think Snell actually is the front runner right now would be my guess.
Yeah, after his last 2 starts, he is definitely the front runner, unless he has a blow up in his couple remaining starts that he has. And then if Steele just keeps doing what he's doing for the rest of the season, has like 20 wins, with an ERA around where Snell's at, he won't beat him on strikeouts, but he'll have a better whip. He'll have around the same innings pitched. He'll have around the same ERA. He'll have 20 wins potentially. He'll have considerably less walks than Blake Snell. But also Blake Snell has a bunch of categories where he's like top 3 in. So
yeah, I mean, his strikeout numbers are pretty crazy.
His batting average against is amazing.
Yep.
His ERA is the best in the league, obviously.
Yep.
He's going to win, he could win 15 games this year.
Right? Yeah, what's up to 13?
Wasn't that a bold prediction?
That was mine. 15
games, and he's at 14 or 13 right now.
He's just got to go. I mean, he's either making 2 starts or 3. So,
well, he's at right now, John,
13-9.
He's 14-9.
He's 14-9.
So you might hit it.
I think he's going to hit 15 on the nose. Yeah. You saw this. People have been tweeting it out. Last 20 starts, 1-3-1, 12.5 strikeouts per 9. First pitcher in baseball history with a sub 1.5 and a 12.5 K to 9 over a 20 start span in a season ever.
I know. He's putting up these crazy numbers that
it's weird.
Yeah,
again, that's why you're not betting on it moving forward. I mean, you take it because you just, whatever. Gobble it up, but
yeah.
Can't
in any other year, if a team is shitty and they have a Cy Young pitcher on it,
yeah,
this would be huge. This would be all we'd be talking about. We'd be everything. Everybody would be super into it, super excited. But that's the complete opposite with this team. The complete opposite. People are going to be happy that Blake Snell is going to win the Cy Young, but I feel like nobody's truly yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. I feel everyone's annoyed with it a little bit. Right. There's happiness, but there's also annoyance.
Yeah, is Petco going to be packed for his final home start? Maybe, depending on if there's a bobblehead.
Do you think he's going to get a stand? How would you describe his tenure with the Padres? Standing ovation?
I honestly, I mean, I think when's his next start? They're in Oakland. He's not pitching. They come home. Who do they face? St. Louis and who else? San Francisco? No.
It's a good question.
Who do they face? I forget. It's no one good. Rockies?
It's the Rockies and St. Louis.
So in what order?
Rockies and St. Louis.
Okay, so he's going to get the Rockies. So if he, and they're not good. So if he faces the Rockies, he goes 6 innings and leaves after allowing 1 run. Yeah, I think he gets or they take him out at 5 2/3 because they want the ovation, or they take him out at 6 1/3 because they want the ovation. Yeah, I think he probably gets a standing ovation. I mean, yeah, it's going to be his final start at home, right? Yeah.
Do you think he'll be remembered as this beloved Padre?
No, not beloved. No.
A
little misunderstood, maybe, to be honest. His career numbers in a Padres uniform because of this year are going to look really good.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look like sub 3 ERA would be my guess. Maybe not, but very good. His numbers will look very good because of this year.
In 3 seasons, he had 1.5 good years.
That's right. Just, I mean, pretty good. It's not ideal, but it's good.
Doesn't, for me, like inspire someone that's beloved. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe I'm wrong. Who cares? But
I need to see his Padres numbers. The problem with baseball references, it doesn't update till tomorrow, and MLB.com doesn't split it by team. I know I can find it, but
you want
coming, do you have it? Coming into tonight, he had 3.3 career as a Padre.
Mm-hmm.
And had a 3.24 as a Ray. After tonight's probably down to what? 3.29, 3.28, something like that. Probably 3.28 as a Padre. I mean, it's pretty darn good. It's, again, not perfect. I don't know what the expectations were. He's 29 and 25 with a 3.28. Pretty good. You know, I don't know if they would have thought he'd do better than that when they acquired him. I think they probably would have taken that and said that's solid, consistent production. Yeah, you're right. He missed time, 2 years. He hasn't given them the innings that people had hoped for.
John, give me some math here. All right.
Yeah.
What is 979?
Well, let me use a calculator. Yeah.
979.2.
Which is 0.67. But what are you doing? You're doing innings first. Give me the earned runs.
Divided by 189.
Okay, you actually did that backwards.
I did.
970 what?
979 and 2/3.
0.67.
Divided by 189.
Yeah, times 9 is 1.74.
Wait, what?
What are you trying to accomplish? Is he all right?
No, I'm trying to accomplish how many innings he averages.
Oh, I thought you were doing it right. Do it one more time. 979 and 2/3.
979 and 2/3.
Mm-hmm. Divided by starts.
189.
Is career, you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
5.2.
He's not a 5-inning pitcher.
Yeah, but I mean, that's by design. I mean, Tampa literally designed their teams to do that, to get to their bullpens. They had openers. They were the first team to do it. I mean, Tampa definitely did it by design. They literally took him out of a World Series game after 5 1/3 innings. That's it. Why? By design.
Yeah, they created this.
They created it. They did. It's kind of like what Kawhi did with the NBA a little bit with playing. Tampa kind of created Milwaukee created this opener mentality. We can win with the strength of our bullpen. You got 9 relievers back there. You don't want pitchers to face the lineup a third time. This is a Tampa thing. This is an analytic game. And I agree. There's some truth. There's truth that Snell is not a guy that's going to give you length. There's also truth that Tampa has analytically kind of flipped the deck in their favor over the last 10 years. How? Things like this. Not by spending, but by, beating people analytically. So I feel like both can be true with yes, Snell hasn't given teams a ton of length, and that's been a problem maybe more in San Diego than it was in Tampa. But I feel like some of it has actually been, I don't know, by design. I really do feel that way.
I would also be curious to see of the last 4 or 5. We talked about it earlier in the show. 4 or 5, Cy Young pitchers that won the Cy Young and then changed teams the next year. How did they perform in with their new teams and their new massive contracts?
Probably nowhere near as well.
Yeah, so that's going to be something. Yeah, probably. And
he's not going to perform. He's not going to have this year next year. I'd be shocked.
I would be shocked too. Yeah, unless he goes to the Dodgers, then I'd be scared.
Then he'll be amazing.
Then I'll be scared out of my mind because they're going to unlock him even more, and they're going to actually force him to go 7 innings and stop babying him and be like, no, go out there and pitch 7. Like none of this shit, and they're going to make him into a fucking beast.
We want to thank our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance, for his support, his longtime support of the channel. He's been with us since day one. That's over 2 years. I was talking to Mark tonight about the Padres' great performance and Blake Snell's Cy Young candidacy. If you have an insurance need, he can help you save money, and he's a great insurance agent, and you need to call Mark if you have any insurance need. How do we know this? Because we have insurance through Mark. I've got a homeowner's earthquake and life insurance policy. He's a lifelong Padres fan. He's a native San Diegan. He lives and dies on Padres games. He's a great insurance agent that can save you money just by switching over to Market Farmers Insurance. He can save you $750 or more. Whatever your needs are, click the link in the description down below. Get to his website. Free quotes are available by calling Mark or by going to his website. Whatever you need, auto, home, renter's life, business, condo, whatever the insurance need. If you have a renewal that's up before you renew, call Mark. He'll save you money. If you're looking for information on a new policy, call Mark or get to his website by clicking the link in the description down below. But I always tell you guys about last year. I had a claim in here. He saved us thousands of dollars. He saved us dozens of hours of time. He's a great insurance agent with great service and communication. If you have any insurance need, before you do anything, get in contact with our title sponsor, Mark Nimitz at Farmers Insurance.
Yeah, all his information always is above my head. And Nimitz at farmersagent.com. When you reach out to him, let him know that John and Jim from the Wrap-Up Show sent you.
All right, HPVV, let's keep it clean. Appreciate your longtime support, though, of the channel. Andrew, thank you. He says, even with Tatis having a down year, his WAR is higher than Soto's. Is that right? It does make sense. He's, his defensive value, if we're assuming that WAR is calculating that, which
what
it
is
is.
his WAR this year?
What's that? I think it's between 4.5 and 5. Tell me what it is. I think it's between 4.5 and 5 for Tatis, and I think it's around 4-ish for Soto. That's my guess.
I'm looking at Baseball Reference. He's got a 5.1 WAR.
5.1. Okay, and I'm guessing Soto's mid 4s. And the one Soto is 4.4.
4.4.
Yeah. So that's highly productive seasons.
And Machado has a 2.7.
Kim's got what, like a 30?
Or Bogarts.
I think Bogarts is higher than Machado, would be my guess.
He's a 3.7 WAR. Song Kim
is in what, the 7 to 8 range, maybe?
Has a 5.7 WAR.
Okay.
So he's gone down.
Yeah. He hasn't been. His last month has not been near as good.
Here's to see what Blake Snell's WAR is this year. Wow,
I'm going to guess 4.9. Okay, 4. So 5. But after tonight, up to probably 5.1.
Yeah.
6 scoreless.
I mean, his career WAR is total of 19.9.
Blake Snell?
Yeah, career.
Wow.
And this year's gonna have like a 5 WAR.
Oh yeah,
and I guarantee you, his Cy Young Award year, he was probably like a 5 or 6 too.
Exactly. So those are the years. Those are his seasons. I mean, that's his career.
Bogarts is a 38 WAR for his career. Manny has a 54 WAR for his career. Soto's got a 27 WAR for his career. Tatis has an 18.7 point. Oh no.
Oh Lord. Gotcha.
Sneeze in the chat for all of our members.
Like the one thing I'll say about WAR, and not honestly, not to defend Blake Snell, because it's not the point, is Trevor Hoffman's career WAR is 28. So it's like it can be somewhat misleading. I get it. It's not valued as much with closers. Leads in the 9th inning aren't valued as much as by starters. There's starters with huge WAR totals compared to closers. But it's like it's not the only stat of value. I would say for pitchers.
Barry Bonds has 162.8 career lifetime WAR.
So he was better than Blake Snell.
Babe Ruth, he had a career 182.6 WAR.
What about Hank Aaron with all those seasons, like 100 seasons? Pete Rose.
Hank Aaron has only 143 lifetime career WAR.
Gosh. How do you stick around?
Who is? I want to look here. Hold on.
Yeah, all-time WAR leaders.
Yeah, hold on. All-time WAR leaders.
Ruth is 1. Walter Johnson's 2. Cy
Young's
Grisham's
on the list.
Grisham's not top 10.
You don't think so?
Cy Young's 3rd. Barry Bonds is 4th. Willie Mays is 5th.
All right, Babe Ruth's number 1, 182.6.
Yeah, Walter Johnson.
Walter Johnson, 165. Cy Young's 163, and then Bonds of the modern era is the 4th highest. Willie Mays, Ty Cobb, Hank Aaron, Roger Clemens. Roger Clemens has 139.2 career WAR.
Yeah, he also.
Oh man,
yeah, it is kind of crazy. Like, okay, active players. Mike Trout is 52nd all time, 85 WAR. Verlander's 80 WAR, 64th.
Where's Shohei?
Kershaw. Yeah.
Yeah, Chad has a great question. What's Jace Tingler's WAR?
He's the 2nd winningest manager in the history of the franchise.
Yeah. Don't disrespect that.
Would you say Manny?
They went to great lengths to put that in the press release.
Would you say? Oh, here he is, 252nd all time. Now he's only 30 or 31 now. He's 252nd all time at 54.7, at least coming into the year or whenever it's updated. All right, let's get to Pedro here. If you're here, please subscribe. You're on content for Padres fans. Smash the like button for us. Follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. Why are we getting text from Darnay saying, "Are you faded or fading on NyQuil right now?" Yeah, you do sound like you're like asleep,
dude.
What is wrong with you?
Asade.
What is wrong with you?
Asade.
Darnay, don't. This is what happens. You text Jim during a show, and I shouldn't have mentioned it. I shouldn't have mentioned it.
Asade.
What are you saying?
Asade.
What is that?
Asade.
Darnay, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill Jim, and then I'm gonna kill you. Oh, it's probably that. It's the Grisham rant. He says the difference in the energy between the Grisham rant today and now are drastic. Yes, because it took everything out of him. He's literally like on the IL because of the Grisham rant.
I'm like, I can't. I'm done. Like that. It felt good to get it out of my system last night, and that was one of those like, what's it called? Like,
you had to do it.
I had to do it. Just get it out. And now I'm just kind of like chill, like Sade.
Can I put you in timeout? Pedro, thank you. He says, so if you're out, shut up. All right. So if you're out of it, why doesn't Pomel put a cherry on top? And
Sade.
God.
I want everyone in the chat to go, Sade. Sade. John wants to kill me. John is the boomer. John has you have no clue.
No, don't put me back in this.
You have no clue what we're talking about, huh? Sade.
Stop putting me back in.
Sade.
Dude, it's hard enough to have to watch these stupid games every single night. And now you're doing this.
Asade. Can I get some carne asada?
If anyone is here, why are you here?
Can I get a carne asada? Asada.
I'm leaving. I'll be back in a minute.
Asada. I can burp on command. Ready? Started. B C D E F A B C D E F G H I I'm done, dude.
I hate you.
50 people just left the chat.
Darnay, first of all, this is your fault. Because Jim is literally a 2-year-old. So whatever you do, he's going to do.
Dude.
I muted him. Don't unmute yourself.
No,
Can I get to Pedro?
Sure.
We've literally lost 40 viewers since you've started this. Okay.
That's so true. I know.
Pedro says, so if you're out of it, why doesn't Bomel put a cherry on top and let Snell get a complete game shutout? Or you think Snell is trying to sandbag? What?
If you're so out of it, why doesn't Bomel put a cherry on top and let Snell? Because Snell will never do that.
Yeah, and also, why would they do that? I mean, no, he's not going to throw 160 pitches.
Like, he threw 91 pitches, got through 6 innings, and he was like,
I'm out.
I'm done.
What was that? I mean, it's a good performance.
Yeah, he's like, Bomel's like, hey, can you get one more?
No.
He's like, hey, you gotta call my agent if you want one more, bro.
Dude. It's true. No, listen, Pedro, he's never going to pitch 210 innings. He's going to pitch 180 this year. He's at 167. So that's what you're getting. 180 is a great, great, great year for Blake Snell. That's what you're getting. Richard, thank you. As he likes to say, he's a Dodger fan. Call me insane, but not sure if I want Snell. My perception of him, he only pitches up to his capabilities in his walk year. Just not sold. 200 million. Better go more than 6 innings. Well, he's not going to. He's going to go 5 a lot. He'll go 6 a lot too.
Oh, yeah, and coming off of a Cy Young. And Scott Boras is your agent.
He's getting a lot of money.
You're going to get a lot. And you're the only pitcher out there on the market. You're going to get a lot of money.
I don't remember this, by the way. Thank you, Richard. Murray said, do you remember when Snell was 1-6? Not really. He was 1-6.
He was 1-6.
Jeez. So, wow. I know I didn't really remember that. That's crazy. Again, the record is overblown, right? I'm never like, oh, man, someone's 2-3. I'm really concerned. So the fact that he's 14-9 is nice, but I'm not overly concerned. He could be 10-14. I'd still be like, great year, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm not, the record's the record, whatever, right?
Record's the record.
Yeah. And he's never going to be a 20-game winner.
It doesn't hurt, though, because, like, it's nice to see, like, 15-9 or whatever the case may be. He's going to be with, like, a 2.35 ERA. Like, it sounds really good.
What's Steele's record? It's good, isn't it?
I think it's like 16-3 or 17-3.
Yeah, that's the thing that's carrying him.
Well, he's also got a good ERA.
16-3. Wow. Looks nice on paper.
And his ERA is what?
2.49?
2.49, and he's pitched almost the same amount of innings.
Yeah. Yeah. He's been really good. He could
win. It's the strikeouts.
Yep. Strikeouts.
That a big
ERA.
disparity. Yeah.
And the truth is, if Steele wins 17 games and Snell wins 15, that's pretty close. It's not like, one won 7 and the other one 17. But that is crazy, Murray. I didn't realize that. Hold on. While we have a moment before you ruin the show.
I've already ruined it.
You've already ruined the show. We do want to thank our sponsors here on the Wrap-Up Show, including our friends over at Ora, ORA.organic. If you're looking to get healthier, the way to do that is at ORA.organic. Great company with offices right here in San Diego and Liberty Station. Their co-founder, Will, such a huge supporter of our channel, lifelong Padres fan, native San Diegan. This is a great company, plant-based nutritional products. All of them are plant-based, whether it's the probiotic, which I've been telling you about for over a year, and I've been taking every day for over a year for digestion. There's a million reasons to take a probiotic. I have for over a decade in general for the last couple of years. With Ora, they've got pre-workout supplements, proteins for after workouts, omega-3 oils. If you're taking a fish oil, take the omega-3 oil. You'll get the same health benefits from Ora. They have sleep pills, immunity pills, and more. You can shop at ORA.organic. They have so many products. So shop as you watch or listen, ORA.organic, or click that link in the description down below. And Ora, thank you for your longtime support of our work here on the Wrap-Up Show.
Go there.
This great work that we're doing, this wonderful show, this
amazing content. I mean, you just
content machine
get this anywhere else. Me burping the alphabet.
Correct.
Just no gassy. Go to Ora, www.ora.organic, pick up some supplements and try them out. The best and cleanest on the market, all organic and plant-based. Pick up some stuff. If you're looking to try supplements, you don't know where to start, go to Ora. And once you do, you will thank us later.
What are those like graphics you'll sometimes like tweet out where it's like Adam Morrison with like a championship trophy? Or like
it's for people that think that they, for people that are in first place or like win something, but they don't really do much to get that award.
Yeah, that's what I want to do for you.
Why?
Because you're burping the alphabet on the show.
What else you want me to do? Talk about the Padres?
Correct.
Not happening.
Honestly, it probably works.
I mean, everyone hates me, and they're like, "I'm not watching this," but
you're true to yourself.
yeah, I'm
You're
not
true to
gonna
yourself.
fake it and be like, "That was a really nice series win." I don't give a shit
It
because you're
was a
gonna
great
hear that.
series win.
You're definitely gonna hear that tomorrow. That was a great series win by the Padres. No one gives a
They're
flying
taking some
fuck.
momentum with them to Oakland.
Oh my god. Oh, hey, that was a great series win for the Padres, and now they're off to Oakland.
You know how much the Dodgers cared about this series, by the way? And I hate to do this but there's no one there. Like the
0%.
Dodgers already. This is every September for the Dodgers. The September is so meaningless for them. They're up by 20 games over everyone. Their fans don't even care. There's no one there. Nobody cares. There's nobody in the upper deck. End of the game, there's 10,000 people there.
Dave Roberts has put in like rookies to see if they can like do anything for him in the postseason. Like he just
Right.
he's like whatever.
It hasn't mattered for like months for them. That's the problem. Every year they go into the playoffs like, have we played a meaningful game in like 3 months? They're like locked into this 2 seed. They have been for weeks. Delta J4, thank you. Says April 2024, Snell is going to look like a thief. I don't think by April of 2024.
I would say this time next year, whatever team he's on,
He's going to have some questions about the deal.
Yeah. I mean, give it the percentage chance that by this time next year, whatever team he's on, what do you think they are thinking?
Man, that deal handcuffed us.
I do too. I think that fan base is going to hate.
Unless
Blake
it's
Snell, but
unless it's the Dodgers, because he's not going to pitch poorly for the Dodgers because nobody does.
Oh, no chance. There's no way the Dodgers are going to sign him to a $185 million
And he's
contract.
not going to live up to it.
And he's not going to have at least 2 or 3 good seasons with them.
Right. Exactly. So that's my concern. But yeah, if he goes to Seattle, he won't be good.
That's the thing. Is Seattle going to even give a pitcher $185 million?
Probably not. There's very few teams that would. Very few.
Right. And he's going to command way north of 160 million.
Yeah.
That's like the low point on the whatever.
Phillies would do it potentially. Dodgers would do it. Giants may do it with money to spend. It's a possibility.
If it's not 185 million, it's going to be a crazy AAV of like 45 or 50 million.
Yeah, and that
like
would
2 years.
I'd be surprised by that. I think if you're Boris, you want the overall dollars. You want as many overall dollars. You don't want the AAV here. You want the overall dollars. He's young enough. You want more dollars and less AAV.
Is he Scherzer's agent? I believe he is.
I don't know the answer. I'm so bad with agents like I am with numbers. I don't know the answer. Someone knows the answer.
I'm going to say yes because one of the biggest reasons why they didn't trade Scherzer didn't go to the Padres in 2021 was because of Boris. So yeah, he was. He's Boris's. He's the agent. Boris's Scherzer's agent. So I was thinking, like, did Boris clients go for the short deal for the high AAV?
Yeah,
I guess they do because that's what
Scherzer, when you're 8 years older than Snell or 10 years older, okay,
yeah,
I'm on board. But when you're 8 years younger, I want the max dollars. That's what I want overall, and that's what Boris wants. He gets paid off dollars, not off AAV. What is this, Jim? John, why don't you talk about Peter Seidler's side business story that was in the news last week?
Dude, the headline was a bunch of bullshit.
Because it's stupid and it's bogus and nobody cares.
Read the article.
And why are you saying John?
Not just the headline.
Jim been talking about it?
No. I mean, maybe we should be talking more about how this random fake organization has been stealing money from Petco Park for the last decade, and the Padres have no clue about it, and they haven't talked about it once since it got reported by the great people over at Scott Lewis and Voice of San Diego. But hey, look at these cool giveaways.
I mean, whatever. I don't know enough about it, and
I don't know enough about it either. I just know that like it's interesting. I'll just say that.
Right. What was the story? I don't even care what the story was. That whatever is being referenced there by great friends.
Oh, he said that you should talk about the story in the New York Times that completely like had a random clickbaity headline that didn't even have the article match the headline. We see a lot of that.
Oh, in the New York Post.
The New York Post, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. When headlines don't match the actual content.
Right. No doubt. Oh, yeah, you do see a lot of that. If you spend time on YouTube, you see a lot of that.
If you spend time on Padres YouTube, you see a lot
Yeah.
of that.
Oh,
If you
yeah.
know, you know.
Oh, yeah.
That's steal views by making
Yeah.
up shit. Yeah.
I'm surprised
try to
YouTube
steal
actually even
views.
like. Come on. It doesn't. I don't even know if it works, to be honest. I think YouTube catches on. Maybe not with the Padres, but
It is funny. I mean, never mind.
okay. Well, we have a moment, and we do. Let me tell you about Underdog Fantasy and UnderdogFantasy.com. Best and easiest place to play fantasy sports. We've been telling you all about them. UnderdogFantasy.com. If you use promo code PODSWRAP, that is PADSWRAP, you're going to get a 100% deposit match up to $100. You don't have to deposit $100. Anything over $10 or more, you get the 100% deposit match. NFL is underway. They have drafts going on right now. NFL, golf, Major League Baseball, and more. NFL drafts going on for tomorrow night. Okay, with a chance to win $25,000 in prizes. Thursday Night Football, Major League Baseball drafts for tomorrow or for Friday when the Padres return to action against the A's. Then there's the pick'em, simple higher or lowers across all sports. You can pick in multiple sports like Tua with higher than 277.5 passing yards. You can then pair that with an MLB game if you'd like. And I'm going to do that for tomorrow with, let's say, Pete Alonso having lower than 8 fantasy points. If you hit those two, 20 pays 60. So simple as that. Higher and lowers, pick'ems, drafts going on right now at UnderdogFantasy.com. The drafts are great. You draft or you auto draft. They take care of the rest. No waivers, no trades. UnderdogFantasy.com. Use promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP, and get a 100% deposit match up to $100. I don't think they do tin caps, drafts, or pick them, but I like that. I really do. And no, they did not play tonight, Jim. Off day, scheduled off day in that best of 3 series.
Damn it.
I think we should broadcast game 2 tomorrow from Great Lakes. Like, just carry that game.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get fired. Let's have a cease and desist come our way.
Would we get fired airing tin cap games? I don't think so. Are the tin caps coming after us?
The Padres would come after us.
Why? We could have rights to the tin caps.
Okay.
No, I'm thinking about it. Hold on. Hear me out real quick. What if we negotiated a rights deal with the Padres AAA affiliate to air El Paso games in San Diego? No, there's no reason to. I don't think anyone wants to listen to El Paso games, but what if Ethan Salas and Jackson Merrill and name these people,
Again,
Robbie Snelling and blah, 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 we're all on the same team?
I'm sure that
That's
the
not
Padres
legit.
would allow that. They'd be like, yeah, it's fine.
What's the problem?
Look, if I could go rogue, if we could go rogue and do it, like screw it, but we can't.
I mean, I don't know if really. I mean, are AAA Padres games going to draw radio ratings in San Diego?
Let me answer that for you. No,
they're not. Oh wait, hold on.
Oh,
James, what's going on?
Actually,
James
like
is loyal.
right now.
I do love some
this.
James. Jim is going to freak out. James.
No,
Okay.
I'm not freaking out on this one.
Okay, 7 back with 15 to play. Schedule gets easier. Fair. Elimination number's 8. I'll keep the faith and keep our postseason hopes alive. So you don't have to. We believe. Not dead yet. Still alive. Here's the problem with that. If there was one team 7 games better than the Padres, as unlikely as it is, you could argue one team could go in the tank, go 2-13, and you could go 13-2 or whatever. But it's 4 teams, which means the elimination number goes down anytime one of those 4 teams essentially wins. So, like, I don't even know if the math works. It works kind of, but Fangraph says it at 0%, right?
James, if the Padres make the postseason, I'll give you like $1,000.
That's it?
That's all I got.
Oh, hold on. Back from the dead. Back from the dead. Back to 0.1% chance at Fangraphs. What do you have to say about that?
Assaded.
Oh God.
That's what I have to say about. That's what I have to say about that is Assaded.
All right.
Assaded.
We're out of here. I
Assaded.
actually JD Gotcha, thank you. He says I'll bet on Jim in any belching contest.
Yeah.
Over me?
Just give me like a 7-Up, and I'm gonna burp all day.
Yeah, apparently you don't need even a 7-Up.
Nope.
All right. Thank you, guys. We'll see you Friday night. A's Padres. Please support this channel. Subscribe. Subscribe to our brand new John and Jim channel. We are getting closer to 1,000 subscribers by the day. Thanks to you guys. Click that link in the description down below. You can subscribe to our brand new John and Jim channel. Smash the like button for us. You can follow us on Twitter at John Schaefer, at Jim Russell SD. If you're watching on replay, thank you guys for the recent super chats that have been rolling in. The super thanks that have been rolling in for those that watch on replay. We do appreciate that. Thank you to our partners. Mark Nimitz, our title sponsor. If you need anything insurance related, Mark is your guy. Click the link in the description down below. Aura, if you're looking to get healthier, ora.organic. Thank you, Will, for your longtime support of the channel. And Underdog Fantasy, NFL is back. You can get that 100% deposit match up to $100 by using promo code PODSWRAP, PADSWRAP.
John, I have a question for you.
No, I'm hitting end.
What's good with